Deep in the heart of Blackwood Forest, where the trees grew so thick that the moonlight barely touched the ground, stood an old house. No one in the nearby town of Ravenshollow dared to go near it. The locals called it the Whispering House because those who passed by swore they heard voices carried on the wind. One evening, a young woman named Eliza, a journalist hungry for a good story, ignored the warnings and ventured into the forest. She had heard the legends, but dismissed them as superstition. Armed with only a flashlight and a notepad, she approached the decaying house. The wooden door, barely hanging on its hinges, groaned open as if welcoming her inside. Dust floated in the air, and the scent of rotting wood filled her nostrils. As she stepped further in, she noticed portraits lining the walls, paintings of people with hollow, dark eyes. A shiver crawled up her spine when she realized the eyes seemed to follow her. Then, the whispers began. At first, they were faint, like the rustling of leaves, but soon they grew louder, surrounding her from all directions. "You shouldn't be here." Eliza turned, her heart pounding. "Who's there?" Her voice echoed through the empty hall. Suddenly, a loud thud came from upstairs. Against her better judgment, she climbed the creaking staircase. At the end of the hall, a single door stood ajar, swaying slightly, as if beckoning her. She pushed it open. Inside was a bedroom frozen in time, dusty furniture, an unmade bed, and a cracked mirror reflecting her trembling form. On the dresser sat an old journal. She picked it up and flipped to the last entry, her breath catching as she read, "If you find this, run. It won't let you leave." The door behind her slammed shut. The whispers turned into anguished screams. The portraits in the hallway began to weep black tears. Eliza ran, her flashlight flickering. As she reached the front door, invisible hands grabbed at her, pulling her back into the darkness. She screamed, but the forest swallowed the sound. Days later, the townsfolk found her flashlight just outside the house. But Eliza was never seen again. And on stormy nights, if you stand near Blackwood Forest, you can still hear her desperate whispers carried on the wind, warning others. It won't